These are the 20 strongest characters in Dandadan, and today I'll be ranking and explaining each one. This includes aliens, spirits, humans, and even some mysterious but super powerful characters. So, let's get right into it with the 20th strongest character, Unji Zuma. Yeah, you probably thought Unji would be way higher on this list, since he looks super badass and is a complete beast in his Umbrella Boy form. I mean, he's got crazy speed and insane strength, and he fights with these two umbrellas that he can stab with like lances, throw them like missiles, or unleash massive shockwaves and energy blasts that wreck anything in his way. And if he's in the air, he can float down like a boss by opening one mid-fall. Yeah, these umbrellas are just OP. Like they can even fight on their own, blocking attacks automatically or moving without Unji even touching them. However, he only gets 2 umbrellas per fight, and every time he fires off one of those devastating shockwaves, it burns through an umbrella. And if he burns through both, he loses his powers and has to wait until they recharge. So although I'm sure Unji will become stronger later on in the series, he can't be higher than 20th right now. But someone who can be higher, at 19th place, is Aira Shiratori. Aira in her acrobatic Silky form isn't just super cool, she's also super powerful, as she becomes crazy agile and moves with insane grace and flexibility, dodging attacks effortlessly and landing pinpoint hits with serious power. Her legs get a major boost too, letting her throw some heavy-hitting kicks at close range. But her real power lies in her hair. Yep, it grows super long, becomes ultra flexible, and turns into a legit weapon. She uses it to grab enemies, swing through the air, block attacks, and even launch herself like a missile. At one point, she even shapes it into a drill. Basically, Aira and her acrobatic Silky form turns into an acrobatic beast. Talking about Aira, we of course gotta talk about her nemesis, Momo Ayase, at 18th place. With her psychokinesis, she can summon these giant invisible hands made out of pure psychic force. And she is just super powerful. She can toss enemies around, lock them in place, or even float them in the air while she's on the move. And when it comes to close combat, she pulls enemies right into her knee, kicking them mid-air, or launching objects at them from their blind spots. She even uses psychic barriers to block attacks or push enemies away. Plus, this girl is inhumanly durable. Oh, and she can literally grab someone's heart with her psychic hands. Crazy, right? And then there's her Momo Tri-Beam, a massive repulsion blast that's strong enough to wipe out alien armies in one shot. And although she's coming in at 18th, I'm sure she's gonna climb the rankings very soon. Why? Well, we can't forget her full power psychokinesis form, where she literally glows, straight up says she feels invincible, and her very thoughts become reality. But yeah, that power has been sealed away for now. Still, Momo's a psychic powerhouse and she's only gonna get stronger. Next up, at 17th place, another one of our favorite girls, Vamola, and specifically, Vamola and her kaiju exosuit. Yeah, this battle exosuit is modeled after a kaiju-style Sumerian god, and it's as powerful as it sounds. With hand-to-hand combat as her main style, the exosuit gives Vamola a massive strength boost. Like, one punch from her is enough to send a bear flying, and it even lets her go toe-to-toe with yokai powers. It's also insanely durable, like the suit's tanked full power attacks from Okarun, and even a massive power bomb from Kinta that created a whole crater. The exosuit also got some insane abilities, like she can control its size, scaling it up to a towering 45 meters, she's got a tail attack that can whip her enemies around, and the craziest part is that it can literally turn invisible. Yep, Vamola can use sneak attacks on her enemies, so she's easily the 17th strongest character in the series. Continuing with another alien, at 16th place, the Jet Booster Exosuit Kerr. This alien is a beast at hand-to-hand combat, literally going toe-to-toe with Okarun in his Turbo Granny form. And with the exosuit and its boosters, it gives her insane speed, agility, and enough raw force to smash through opponents. She even straight up beat Vamola while using it, which is crazy. And after her first suit got destroyed, Count Saint-Germain hooked her up with an upgraded, combat-focused version, and with moves like Supercharge, where she unleashes all that jet power into one devastating strike, she proved again why she's one of the strongest in the series. Moving on to 15th place, we've got the yokai Enenra. Enenra, aka the Red Baron, got some insane raw strength, like one punch from him will send people flying. Plus, he's a seriously skilled hand-to-hand fighter. He even took down Seiko with his insane fighting skills, then just stood over her body, which is some ridiculous disrespect. Though to be fair, she was already hurt from another fight. But what really makes Enenra terrifying is his smoke-based powers. Since he's basically made of smoke, physical attacks don't even touch him, making him nearly untouchable in battle. Meanwhile, he can still smack you around like it's nothing, turning his intangibility into the ultimate counter. And if that's not bad enough, he can slip inside your body through your nose or mouth, choke out your lungs, and suffocate you from the inside. Crazy, right? On top of that, Enenra can shape smoke into humanoids, disguises, or even weapons. And don't forget, he boosts up his already insane attacks with spiral power and the power of words. So yeah, Enenra is OP. However, another yokai who's even stronger, at 14th place, is this guy. We don't even know this guy's name, but when he whips out that Iron Minotaur transformation, he becomes OP. Yeah, he turns into this massive, jacked-up bullman with glowing circular eyes, human hands, and skin as tough as steel. The dude's physical strength is insane. Like, his punches and kicks are strong enough to take down someone like Seiko, and I'm talking about Seiko at full health, not injured like before. But the craziest part, the more you hit him, the stronger he gets. Yeah, his strength literally increases the more damage he takes, which is terrifying. Combine that with his ridiculous durability thanks to his iron body, and yeah, the Iron Minotaur is an absolute menace. Next up, at 13th place, Tsuchinoko. Tsuchinoko is a Mongolian death worm that the people of Byakuja village literally worshipped as the Great Snake, and it's terrifyingly powerful. Like, it can release psychic waves that straight up manipulate people into committing suicide, which is just insane. And even if you somehow heard it, Tsuchinoko has absolutely ridiculous regeneration. Like, it literally grew back its head after Okarun decapitated it. Plus, it even tanked Evil Eye's grudge balls, piercing it from all directions, and just kept going. So unless you've got sunlight, this thing just won't die. It can also fire off huge electric shocks from its tentacles and spit out a sticky slime that traps enemies and makes them sitting ducks. On top of that, it can spread toxic spores to weaken enemies even further. Yeah, this creature is terrifying. Still, it's not as terrifyingly strong as Umbrella Boy, who's at 12th place. The yokai Umbrella Boy is basically Unji Zuma's umbrella form on steroids. Yeah, we already know Umbrella Boy is insanely fast and powerful, but instead of fighting with two umbrellas like Unji, it's got just one. And the craziest part is that unlike Unji, Umbrella Boy doesn't have a limit on how many umbrella beams it can fire. So it just keeps blasting those insanely powerful shots back to back like it's nothing, making it almost impossible to take this guy down. Its whole body is also hidden behind this massive ragged umbrella with just a little opening for it to peek through, which makes it even creepier. So yeah, Umbrella Boy is not someone you want to mess with. Alright, moving into 11th place, we've got Haster-Kur Exosuit, and this thing is straight up busted. Its main ability is spatial carving, which basically means Haster can attack with raw spatial pressure. But here's the wild part. If you try to hit him with a big attack, he can just erase it, store it in a pocket dimension, and throw it right back at you. Yeah, that's broken. He can crush enemies with pressure, create barriers by cloaking himself in carved space, manipulate positioning, and he's got a tail sharp enough to pierce straight through anyone. Oh, and he literally one-shot Okarun and was running the whole Kur invasion, so this guy is super strong. Now, reaching the 10th strongest character in the series, we've got the Fairy Tail card. This thing is a huge yokai covered in black tendrils with 4 creepy cards stuck to it. A face, an ear, an eye, and a mouth. And each of those cards comes with its own ability. The face card forces people to relive their deepest trauma, completely breaking them down mentally, and then he just hijacks their body like a puppet, and he can control multiple people at once. Then there's the mouth card, which literally erases your mouth, the eye card, which takes away your vision and blinds you, and lastly, the ear card, which unleashes insane sound waves to wreck your hearing and balance. Not only that though, he can also straight up possess people, crawl inside their body to control them from the inside, even using their special abilities. And if you think destroying his cards will save you, nope, he can just regenerate them. The only way to beat him is to smash at least 2 cards at the same time. And just when you think that's all, he can also create pocket dimensions made from his own imagination, and inside those worlds, he's basically a god. So yeah, the Fairy Tail card is a full-on nightmare. Now, everyone's favorite at 9th place, Okarun. When Okarun unleashes his Turbo Granny form, he not only looks super cool, he also gets super speed, wild agility, and superhuman strength. And now, with his combat rhythm, he can make 5 attacks in a single beat, making him even stronger. Plus, with his ultimate move, All Out, he literally goes at 100 kilometers per hour and destroys his enemies. Like, his speed is so insane that he's dodged monsters like the Flatwoods monster and literally blitzed the Evil Eye, using his insane speed to launch himself like a missile, making him smash through entire crowds and knocking back giant yokais like Acrobatic Silky. On top of that, he's got crazy durability and bite strength, like he straight up bit the fingers off the Flatwoods monster. Plus, he can even travel through telephone lines and launch himself out like lightning, blitzing through enemies before they can even react. His only weakness is that he can only use All Out twice before burning out and losing his form. Still, Okarun in his Turbo Granny form becomes one of the most dangerous and unpredictable fighters in the series, especially if you hurt Momo. Next up, at 8th place, is Gigi and the Evil Eye. But first, we need to talk about Gigi himself, because before he even transforms, Gigi's already a beast thanks to his signature move, the Evil Gun. It's a ki blast where he pumps all his energy into his palms and fires off an insanely destructive blast. Plus, when he stacks it with spiral power, the attack becomes even more devastating. But yeah, the real power comes when Gigi transforms into the Evil Eye, as in this form he becomes a total monster with incredible physical strength that can take out anyone with a single kick from his grudge balls. On top of his insane strength, he's got speed, reflexes, and enough agility to keep up with Okarun in Turbo Granny mode. He's also super durable, like despite being knocked out by Okarun, he bounced back up and jumped right back into battle. And combine all that with his ridiculous hand-to-hand combat skills, and Gigi in the Evil Eye form can easily take on multiple tough enemies at once. And that's not even all. Now Gigi and the Evil Eye have a combined transformation. Yep, these two can switch control back and forth mid-fight, creating this crazy hybrid form, giving Gigi the Evil Eye's durability and his own destructive skills at the same time, tanking hits from Enenra, while blasting back with the Evil Gun and a ton of punches. So Gigi in his Evil Eye form is one of the most dangerous combos in the series. But someone who's even stronger than Gigi and the Evil Eye at 7th place is Cure again. But this time, Haster with Vamola's Battle Exosuit. You see, Vamola's exosuit got taken over by Haster, and when he took it over, he entered Slaughter Mode. In its Slaughter Mode, it transforms into this monstrous beast-like form, towering in size and looking straight up terrifying. It also becomes way stronger, smashing through its surroundings, lifting massive structures like they're nothing, and even using those gigantic horns as weapons, stabbing into enemies while releasing bursts of electricity. It's so strong it literally destroyed the great Kinta. So yeah, Haster with the exosuit in Slaughter Mode is definitely at 7th place. Talking about the great Kinta, at 6th place, we've got Kinta Sakata. Yup, although he might not look it, Kinta is one of the strongest in the entire series, and it's all thanks to his great Kinta form that is insanely powerful. Using nanoskin, Kinta uses his wild imagination and love for mechas to build this massive robot that he pilots like a total boss. We first saw it when he designed it to stop Vamola after she lost control of her kaiju suit, and then he upgraded it to take on Slaughter Mode Haster. Now, the nanoskin itself is kind of fragile, but Kinta just keeps rebuilding and repairing it mid-fight like it's nothing. And since it's a giant mecha, you already know it packs some insane firepower, rocket punch, super electro wave spin, and a whole bunch of flashy over-the-top attacks. But should Kinta really be sitting at 6th place? Yup! His destructive power is off the charts, and even when Slaughter Mode Haster nearly had him beat, Kinta outsmarted him and took him down, proving he's absolutely one of the strongest in the series. Now reaching the top 5, we've got Turbo Granny. She's basically Okarun's Turbo Granny form, just so much stronger. Yeah, we already know she's insanely fast, but she's also clever and ridiculously strong physically. Like, don't forget that Okarun had 0 fighting experience and only a few months to figure out her power. Yet still, with just a piece of her power, he managed to beat the Evil Eye twice, and so much more. So just imagine how OP Turbo Granny must be. Plus, she can also teleport through phone lines by using her speed and understanding of the world's spirals. And don't forget that she can curse people. Yup, if you run into her in her tunnel and try to escape, she'll steal your banana, then curse you by literally taking over your body. So although we haven't seen Turbo Granny's true power just yet, with her own powers, she's OP. Up next, at 4th place, is Seiko Ayase. Although she's literally a grandma, she's insanely fast, has crazy reflexes, And with her trusty bat Nessie, she can swing so hard it literally leaves craters in the ground, like when she faced Evil Eye. Plus, she dodged all of the yokai's attacks. She's also a genius tactician, setting up traps, barriers, and strategies that completely outsmart her enemies. And when it comes to spirits and yokai, she knows everything about this stuff and is literally the best. She's not only got her trusted Nessie, she's also got talismans and charm nails, and she can throw up mystic barriers that burn spirits to ash. Plus, even without Nessie, she can take down just about anyone with her hand-to-hand combat. But what truly makes her one of the strongest in the series is her ability to borrow power from gods. Yup, she borrows powers from the gods that reside within regions, with her main region being Kamigo City where she lives. That basically turns areas into no-go zones for evil spirits. Pair that with her ability to see spirits, do divination, and fight like a pro martial artist, Seiko is absolutely terrifying. Now, we're getting into the top 3, and the third strongest character in the series is the mysterious Count Saint-Germain. Saint-Germain is an alien-looking human that wants to collect everything that's related to the paranormal, and that's gotta mean this guy is insanely strong. First off, he's got extrasensory perception, basically a sixth sense that lets him detect incoming attacks before they even land. He's also got ridiculous speed and reflexes, like this guy's so fast and powerful that just running past people knocks them back, and he was dodging the fairy tale card strikes without breaking a sweat. But what truly makes this guy strong is his swordsmanship. With his katana Asura, he can cut down anyone in an instant. Plus, this katana can create kogai and kazuka knives from its blade, which lets him steal powers from monsters and use them himself. Yup, like he's got a kogai of the jumping crone yokai, which lets him boost his jumps with enchanted platforms in midair. A kogai with the black haracutter that makes his sword discharge black lightning. And a kogai with the water tiger that makes him so dense he cracks the ground just by landing. And then, with the Asura knife, he permanently absorbed the fairy tale card's ability, giving him some insanely powerful cards, each one with its own ridiculous power. Yeah, he's straight up OP. Next up, the second strongest in the series, the scariest of the yokais, Reiko Kashima. Reiko is a yokai with insane powers, and it revolves around her mirror abilities. Yep, with her mirror, Reiko can literally attack from anywhere there's glass. She can stick her hands through shards, mirrors, or even windows to grab or punch you, and she can manifest multiple hands at once to completely overwhelm her enemies. The range of her connection to glass is also wild, as Reiko once manifested a giant fist through glass shards scattered around Tokyo's empty space and obliterated the Kur's battleship. She can also trap people inside her mirror. Yeah, if your reflection shows up in her mirror, you're done. You get sucked into an alternate dimension where she's basically a god. Inside, she can torture you, toy with you, or straight up crush you with her gigantic projected fists. She's even trapped the entire Kur army at once, proving there's basically no limit to what or how much she can seal away. Like, just look at this. But it gets creepier, as she can mimic voices perfectly and even possess people through their reflections. On top of all that, she's terrifyingly durable and insanely strong. Seiko even once said that no one can ever defeat Reiko. So yeah, Reiko is easily the second strongest in the series. And finally, the strongest character in the entire series, Ludris. He might not look it, but this guy is a walking legend through space. Like, even running into him by chance once is said to be a miracle. Yeah, Ludris is hyped up as this all-knowing and all-powerful being, and he's literally the creator of the nanoskin, that insane tech that made Kinta the 6th strongest in the entire series. Yeah, Ludris is basically creative mode in Minecraft. Just look at this guy. Still, we don't know much about this mysterious legendary alien, but he just has to be the strongest in the Dandadan universe. Who do you think is the strongest character in the series? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and watch this video next.